today I'm doing a makeup tutorial. This is the first makeup tutorial that I've done since I've done my new background. I've done this entire eye look just using one palette, which I cannot believe I haven't used in a tutorial before. I've had it since Christmas. It was a Christmas present. I have showed it in a video before, but I haven't done a tutorial using it, and it is the Kardashian Beauty Kim's Kardashian palette. It's like a complete face palette. It has like 8 eyeshadows. There are more shimmery ones down here and the more matte ones up here. And then there's a drawer at the bottom that flips out and you have your highlighter and 2 cheek products like blushes. But I haven't used the blushes. I only use the highlighter and the eyeshadows. But this is a really nice palette. It would be really nice for someone that, you know, doesn't have a huge makeup collection, that is just starting out, and that's a really great palette to start out with. So I did this eye look. I know that it's still like using browns, but that is my favorite eyeshadow tone to wear on an everyday basis, and I think it would relate to a lot more people as well. So I'm probably going to film a tag video, I'm pretty sure, after this, because it feels like I haven't filmed one in ages. So if you see the same outfit in my video after this, then you know why. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this makeup tutorial, and if you want to know exactly how I did this look and if you want to recreate it, then keep on watching.
This step should not come as any surprise to you guys, but I'm using NYX's eyeshadow base in Skin Tone to prime my eyelids so that all the shadows stay in place and they're much more pigmented. Then I'm going to use the Makeup Geek eyeshadow in Creme Brulee, and I'm taking that on a big fluffy brush. This is our transition shade. I do this step in every single makeup look that I do. It doesn't have to be perfect. You can see for the most part I don't even look at what I'm doing. I can just feel. It can be as messy as you want it to be. Now I'm using the Kardashian Beauty Face Palette. This is the Kim Kardashian palette. I'm using the gold and the amber coppery, really glittery shades. I'm taking the lighter shade, which is the gold. I'm taking that on a flat shader brush. I'm going to apply this into the inner half of my eyelid. So you don't have to be super precise. I mean, if you go a little bit more than half, it's totally fine. And then I'm going to take the other side of the brush and I'm just going to take the more amber shade and I'm going to apply that to the outer half of my eyes. I don't think I've done this technique before, but it's just a slight transition shade that is so pretty and gives it more dimension. Then I'm going to flip my brush back and forth, and that will help blend in these products without having to use another brush. Then I'm going to take this brown shade, which is a really cool shade, which is very different from me. I really like my warm browns, but this is really pretty as well. I'm taking that on a crease brush and I'm going to apply this directly into the crease. I'm not worrying about too much of blending. It can be a bit of a cut crease, that's okay, but focus this only in the outer half. Don't bring it into the inner half. Then I'm going to take that big fluffy brush again with no additional product, and this is where I blend out that brown shade. That's why it can be a bit of a cut crease, because you're going to blend it out anyway. Then I'm going to take this beautiful vanilla matte shade. I'm using this to highlight my brow on an angled brush. I didn't want to do another highlight like shimmery shade on my brow. I like to kind of balance it out. If I have glittery shades on my lid, I'll do a matte shade on the brow, but that's totally up to you. Then I'm using the L'Oreal Gel Liner. This is the shade Black, obviously. And I'm using the Revlon eyeliner brush to apply my eyeliner. It is so embarrassing when I have to watch myself doing my eyeliner on camera. I am so not good at it. In person, it takes me like very few seconds. But here I'm really nervous because I'm trying to stay in camera. And I have only one hand that I can use. It's so difficult. Then I'm using the L'Oreal True Match foundation. The shade is W4. I'm taking that on a foundation stippling brush, which is from Makeup Geek. I am using a foundation today instead of a BB cream, which I typically use because, as you can see, my skin is freaking out. I don't know what's happening to it, but I'm just breaking out everywhere, and I want a little bit more of a flawless coverage so that you guys can see the whole deal and it all looks really nice and put together. I know that this foundation looks yellow when I first put it on, but as you can see, once I add my bronzers and my powders, it will all start to match. Now I'm just blending that down my neck and my jawline, and then I'm using the Revlon concealer. This is the Age Defying Spark Concealer, the lightest shade I think that they have. I'm going to put 3 strokes of this underneath each eye, and then I'm going to pat this out with my finger in an upside down triangle motion. And this is just going to really help bring a little bit of highlight, not much, but for the most part it's going to cover up any darkness or bags that you have under there. Then I'm going to use the Australis Pressed Powder in the shade Deep Natural on a kabuki brush. Now this is going to neutralize all of everything I have on my face and blend it all in, and also keep me matte throughout the day. Then I'm going to use the Palladio Brow Pencil in the shade Brown. I'm going to take the spoolie side first and brush out any foundation or powder that I may have in my brows. And then I'm going to fill them in. I always do like the outer tail first, and then I'll bring it inwards just very, very slightly. But you can see, I'll show you the difference right now with one brow filled in and one brow not filled in. That is such a big difference. Now with this brow, it's a little bit harder than the other one because the outer tail I have to shape, like as you can see me doing it there, because it doesn't match the other one perfectly. Then I'm going to brush it all out with a spoolie once again so it looks a little bit more natural. And now I'm going to be applying false lashes. This is the Demi Wispy Lashes. You do not have to use false lashes. You can just put on some mascara and you're good to go. But once again, I like to show you guys the whole deal and the whole look all put together. And now I'm going to do my lower lash line. I'm going to take that gold shade once again. I'm going to do exactly what we did on the top. I'm going to do the same thing to the bottom. I'm just using an angled flat shaded brush for this entire lower lash line. So once again, the gold is in the inner half of the eye. And then I'll take the same brush using the amber coppery shade and putting that on the outer half of the lower lash line. So once again, same as you do to the top, I'm going to do to the bottom. Then I'm using the Maybelline Falsies Mascara, and I'm going to use this to bind my natural lashes in with my fake ones, and I'm also going to use this to put a coat of mascara on my bottom lashes. Now I actually need to repurchase this mascara. As you can see, it's kind of running out. And now I'm going to use the Glow Baby Glow Bronzer from Models Co. I'm using that on a small little contouring brush, and I'm using this to define my cheekbones. So putting it underneath my cheekbones is going to bring out my cheekbones even more and make me look more chiseled and porcelain. And I'm also going to use this to warm up the sides of my temples and around my forehead so it all blends together and comes in nice and natural. Now I'm using the W7 Duo Blusher. This is number 03, which is an orange and pink shade. I'm going to mix them both together on an angled blush brush, and I'm going to use this to feather it on the apples of my cheeks and slowly bring it back to my temples as well. Then I'm using the highlighter shade that comes in the Kardashian Beauty face palette. This reminds me a lot of the NARS Albatross highlighter, and I'm going to take that on the highlighting brush, a small little powder one. And I'm using this to highlight the tops of my cheekbones, and as you can see I blended into my blush a little bit as well, like in the apples of the cheeks, so that looks really, really blended. It's the biggest difference. And I also use it on my chin, down the bridge of my nose and my forehead. Then I'm using the BOE Jumbo Lip Crayon in Boudoir Pink. I'm going to coat my lips in this, and then for a bit of gloss I'm using the Avon Lip Glaze in the shade Nude. And I'm going to coat my lips in that, and then after that you are all done. So I hope you guys enjoyed this makeup tutorial. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!